Welcome back everyone to my strange addiction, or what I like to call my Mega Blu Ray Box set collection. I was going to go over each one of these with you and kind of give you an overall score of what I thought of the movies as a whole in the box set. So let's just get started with the first one here. This is the Bond 50 is what it's called, box set. Has every single Bond DVD, no, sorry, not DVD. I don't collect DVDs anymore, really. Has every Bond Blu-ray from back in the day, as you can see, all of those titles right there in that one, and then all of those titles right there as well. That's even farther back in the day right there. So really cool box sets, guys. If you decide to get these, this is the 62 through 81 collection, and that's the 83 through 2012. The only one this doesn't come with, and I do have it as well, is Spectre. I'm going to bring this down for you to see. Right there is the newest one so far. They're going to come out with another one real soon, I think. But that's what they got thus far. And let me just kind of show you these on the inside. They're really cool. I'll hurry and do this so we can move on to the next thing. That is awesome, guys. That shows you like the James Bond babe from the era. And just gives you a lot of cool stuff on the inside of this thing. I don't know if you've ever seen the inside of these before or not, but these are sick, guys. These are way cool. I dig them. As you can see, those are some of the old classic Bond girls that old James got with. So fun stuff, guys. This is a really cool box set. You know, has a lot of interesting stuff in it. So the next one here, and these are the new ones. Real quick, we'll show you those. You can tell as the years go on that it gets a little bit that the girls get a little bit more makeup options, so they start looking better as time progresses here. So there you go, GoldenEye, one of my favorites. Love that Bond movie. But as you can see, there's Halle Berry. She's a pretty popular one. She's pretty popular too. She's in Sin City, the Dame to Kill For, and I can't remember her name, Eva something, I think. But yeah, guys, there you go. Bonus discs. Just a cool box set, guys. You can't ask for anything better than that. That's Bond in its entire glory there. So I would give that whole set probably a 7 out of 10. I'm not a huge Bond fan, but I'm a big enough fan to buy that box set. Next, I have a 9 Lives movie collection on Blu-ray, which features about 9 different movies. The only reason I bought this is for that Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've only seen that one, Vertical Limit, and SWAT. As a whole, I would probably rate this at about a 6.5. Not anything too special, but still cool. And I think I picked this up for $9, so it ended up being $1 a movie on these. So I can't complain on that. Next, I got Ace Ventura, The Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls, a 2-film collection. This one is a imported one, but it is region friendly, so you can watch it on your regular player here in the States, and it's not an issue. But pretty cool. You don't get to see that every day. So that's I would give this probably 7.5 out of 10. I loved it. They were fun. Next, I have the American Pie series 4-film collection with the first one, the second one, American Pie the Wedding, and then American Pie Reunion as well. I'll take those out and let you take a look real quickly there. These are funny. I mean, obviously they're raunchy as all heck, but they're definitely funny, and it's a bunch of eye candy, basically, is what this is, guys. So they're fun. I would recommend this to anybody who does like this style of comedy, the sexual comedies, that is, and that likes a little bit of American eye candy as well. So I would give this set probably a 6.5 out of 10. The next set I'm going to go over with you is Alien, the 6-film collection. This includes Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant. So pretty cool box set. You don't get to see this one too often. I haven't seen it too often myself, but it comes with some cool stuff in there, including these cards with the original Alien posters on the Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3. I believe all 3 of those come with it. Pretty cool. I thought I'd open some of these just to show you kind of what they look like, because a lot of times you don't get to see the insides of these, so I figured I'd do that too for you this time. Since I don't have a giveaway, it's my extra gift to you, is showing you the insides of the box sets. So we'll put that away next. Let's give that set, probably as a whole, I would rate that at about a 6.5 as well. Some of those Alien movies are not very good. So next we have the Austin Powers trilogy, International Man of Mystery, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and Goldmember. My favorite being The Spy Who Shagged Me. Very funny. I don't know, it's very slapstick compared to the first one. I think the first one's probably a better movie, I'll be honest. But this one's slapstick, over the top funny. And this one was good. I liked it. I just didn't love it like the other ones as much. But I would say this set gets a good 7 out of, maybe even a 7.5 out of 10. They're all great movies, and they're very funny. Very, make you roll hysterically as you watch these ones. So moving on, I do have just a single box set of Avatar here. This is the extended Blu-ray collector's edition with the alternate ending. Over 8 hours of never seen before seen footage, and over 45 minutes of deleted scenes. So really cool option that you have here. If you like Avatar a lot, then you can pick this up. I liked it a lot. I'm one of the few people that do like this movie a lot, I think. But I love James Cameron, and some of his movies have been just amazingly phenomenal. This one is a visual masterpiece. All the way. I mean, for visuals, it's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10. For the movie itself, I would probably give it an 8.5. It was close to a 9 for me, but I don't think I'm quite at a 9. Just because the story kind of follows the same as other movies I've seen, Ferngully and some other things I've seen. It kind of just reminds me of those. So not quite as original as I'd like it to be, but it definitely deserves an 8.5 just for the effort alone that he put into this one. And this has I think this has every version, like the 3D version, everything is in here. So it's pretty cool, guys, if you want to pick that up. I would give that, like I said, an 8.5. Avatar's awesome. Next we have Back to the Future. Steven Spielberg, of course. And of course, this is a must-have in anybody's collection. I would give this as a whole probably a 9 out of 10. I loved these movies. All three of the movies were excellent. My favorite probably being the second one, and my second favorite is probably the first one. I do like the third one. It's really good, but not as good as the other two, is in my humble opinion. But yeah, fantastic box set, guys. Definitely recommend getting that if you have a moment to. Here's a rare one, right? So Basket Case, the trilogy. This is an imported one, but it is region friendly, so you can play it on your Blu-ray player. I picked this up just barely. I haven't even opened it yet, but I have seen all three of these. These movies are kind of an acquired taste. I mean, if you like the B-flick horror type style movies, then you'll probably dig these ones. But otherwise, I wouldn't recommend this to most people. I'd probably give the whole set a 6 out of 10. They are very fun and nostalgic to see again. But this is pretty cool, and it's region-free as well. It looks like it's an import, but it's region-free for sure. It does play on your American players. So check out Basket Case if you ever get a chance, if you like that kind of weird B-flick horror film type genre. Next is the Batman quadrilogy here. The first one with Michael Keaton, of course. Michael Keaton through here. I believe Val Kilmer was in this one, and then George Clooney played in Batman in this one. But Batman Returns is my favorite one of everything here. The first one is really good too. Forever and Robin did kind of go off the deep end a bit and get a little silly for me, so I wasn't too much into those compared to the other ones. But man, I think that Danny DeVito, I believe is his name, played the Penguin perfectly. I think Michelle Pfeiffer was a perfect Catwoman. It was just a really, really good cast on that particular Tim Robbins Batman film. But this is a cool little set if you have a chance to pick it up. And yeah, I don't see it often, so it's becoming more rare. So pick it up at a pawn shop if you see it. That's where I got this one. I give this whole set a 7 out of 10. Next we get the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy. This is the Master Collection with 1, 2, and Part 3. My favorite is Part 1, of course. The second one is very good as well, but not quite as good as the first one. But there you go. That's what we're going to look like. It is an imported as well, but it is also region-free. We'll play in Region A, which is here in the American area, that is. So pretty cool. I like this box set. I love Eddie Murphy in these films. They were great. I would give this one a 7 out of 10 as well. Next we have The Beetlejuice, Neverending Story, Scooby-Doo, and Willy Wonka four-film favorites fantasy collection here. And really, really cool collection. Like every movie here is definitely nostalgic and fun to watch. And I think as a whole, I would probably give this one about an 8.5 because it has two excellent movies right there at the top. That's a perfect 10 for me, guys. I love The Neverending Story. Just a side point. But yeah, the first one, of course, not the second or third. They were both pretty much trash. And the Willy Wonka, original Willy Wonka is fantastic. Beetlejuice was amazing, and Scooby-Doo was nostalgic and fun too for me. So great box set, guys. If you have a chance to pick that up at a pawn shop, look for it. This next one is a Shout Factory release, and it's the Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Collection. It's Part 1 and Part 2, and these movies were so quintessential for me growing up. I loved them. They were so well done. Obviously Keanu Reeves was awesome in this one. This comes with a couple of extra cool things. There's your Bogus Journeys card. There's an excellent adventure card right here. I cannot wait for Face the Music. It's coming out soon. And there's even some action figures I think you can order. But pretty cool. I can't wait, like I said, to see the other one, the newest one that is, and it's going to be so fun. I really think that they're going to do a good job on it. I hope they'll do a good job. But I would give this set an 8.5 out of 10. It was excellent, as the title says. Next, we're going to look at my Critters box set. Here you go. That's what we got on the front. Critters Collection. This is a Scream Factory. Did I say Shout Factory before? I think I did. It's a Shout Select. I'm sorry, on Bill and Ted's. But this is a Scream Factory release. And it does have all of the Critters movies, 1, 2, 3, and 4, except for the newest one that came out. And I can't remember the name of that one. But I watched it, and I did not like it at all. So on the inside, this is what your covers look like. Critters 4, Critters 3, Critters 2, my favorite Critters, and Critters 1, which was my second favorite. It's excellent. Classic covers, though. Those are just like the covers that came out in the 80s on the old VHS tapes, if you'll remember that. But really cool set, guys. I don't remember what I paid for this. I think it was like maybe 50 bucks or something. But amazing set. I would give this one probably, well, with the first two Critters, those are the ones to see. Really, the third and fourth one are kind of not that good. So I'd probably give this one a 7.5 or maybe a 7 out of 10. Probably a 7.5. I really enjoy these movies, and they were a lot of fun. Next, we have the Chucky Complete 7-movie collection with the lenticular cover on that one. Pretty cool. I like Child's Play 1 the best, obviously. It's my favorite one and will always be my favorite one. But this is a cool little box set. As you can see, every movie's rated R. Huh, go figure. When you get a murderous doll, I guess it gets a little risque, right? So here you go. This is what the inside will look like if you happen to get this one. So check it out. Pretty cool. Not a bad set. I think I picked this up at a pawn shop, actually, for not much money. I think I only paid like maybe $8 for it or something like that. So I got a killer deal on it. I would give this one probably a 6.5 out of 10. I do like the premise, and I like the fun aspect of a living doll, an evil living doll coming to life and going after you, but it's just not that great of a set, to be honest. When they get into the later Chuckies after part 3, then it goes downhill fast. So Child's Play 1 is definitely the best one here. Next, we have a set I picked up at a pawn shop recently, Children of the Corn 5 and 6. And I don't have any of the other ones. This is the only ones I have. The only reason I got this is because it's an Echo Bridge release, and those are going out of print or have gone out of print. I believe this one's out of print for sure right now. So not great movies. The first one is decent because it's based off the Stephen King novel, and I like that. But I would say, as a whole, this one is probably about a maybe 5.5. Not great movies on these ones. Next is Conan the Complete Quest with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just picked this up. This has the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, which went from crazy R rating to a PG rating. If you can believe that. I'm not sure how I don't know why they did it that way, but I guess that's how they decided to go. So good enough for me. This is just this cheesy slapstick, slice them up, swordsman type fantasy movies from back in the day. I really like the comics a lot from the 70s, and I think that the movie was decent compared to the comics. It was decent. I don't love this set, but I do like the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in both of these, and it is a little bit nostalgic for me for sure. So I would give this set a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we were going to look at the From Dusk Till Dawn multi-feature, also by Echo Bridge. This one is out of print for sure on this one. The first step From Dusk Till Dawn is From Dusk Till Dawn. That sounds more like a porno, doesn't it? Anyway, so this one is definitely the best of the 4. It's the one to get it for. Part 2 was absolute trash. Part 3 was just a little better, and then Full Tilt Boogie's kind of like a documentary about how they made it, behind the scenes type stuff. You get the idea, but. This is out of print, like I said, and this is a fun little pickup just for the first one, if anything else. And it's getting rare. It's harder to find now. So if you get a chance to pick this one up, definitely do. I would give this set probably a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we have Die Hard Collection with Bruce Willis. This is 5 movies, including Die Hard 1, 2, With a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, and A Good Day to Die Hard. So all those titles will be there. There's your ratings on everything. Bruce Willis has always been great in these movies. I've loved him from day one, and I recommend these for anybody who likes, the action to hardcore action movies. This is definitely a nice one to have. I don't have a slipcover. I don't think it came with one, but all these are mostly pawn shop pickups. But the Die Hard quadrilogy is actually really good. I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 for this set. Next, we're going to talk about the Equalizer 1 and Part 2. Equalizer 1 is better. Equalizer 2 is good, but not as good as the first. If you want a full score on this one, I would say about a 7 out of 10 probably is what I would give this. It was really good. Denzel's one of my faves. But cool little double set to pick up if you ever get a chance, guys. Check it out. Next, I'm going to go over the Fast and the Furious movies. This is a 6-movie collection, so it's missing about 4 movies technically. But there you go. That's what it's going to look like. I picked this up at a pawn shop as well for killer price. I got it for I think I got it for like $8 or $9 for the entire thing. So you can't go wrong with that much that you're spending. But it's a cool little box set case. I do like it. As a whole, I would probably give it a. That's a tough one. Probably a 6.5 out of 10. I didn't love it. The first one's good. The fifth one's good. The second one's even good, actually. But the other ones I'm not way into. They were good, but not great. So yeah, there you go. Next movie is Fast and the Furious 7, or Furious 7, which was a pretty decent movie. I liked it. It was probably about a 6.5 on my radar here. I liked it. It was fun. The ones that come after this is part 8, and then the Hobbs and Shaw. Those come after, I believe. So yeah, actually I was a little wrong there before. I think I said 4, but there's actually 3 more that I didn't have. So there you go. Not in the box set, that is. So there you go, Fast and Furious 7. Next we have the Final Fantasy, Final Destination. I just beat Final Fantasy 7 on my PS4. That's why I was thinking of that. Anyway, so Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and of course 4 right here is in a 4-film favorite. The only ones to have is really 1 and Part 2. I really kind of liked those ones, but the other ones from then on just went downhill completely badly. It was really bad. I think these are out of print too. I think they are. So if you're looking out in a pawn shop and you happen to see this one, pick it up, and it will be worth something in the future, guaranteed. I would give this set a 6.5 out of 10. Next we have Friday the 13th, the 8 movie collection. Right there, as you can see, it has all of the Friday the 13ths up to Part 8. And the inside, this isn't a special one or anything. It's just kind of a cool little box set to have. It does have the 3D version right here of Part 3. Which is out of print if you happen to pick that one up, I believe. So it has the first Friday the 13th uncut as well. So I mean, there's some good aspects of owning this particular one. I like it. I mean, I'm not a huge slasher movie fan, but this one is still cool to see, and the font. I mean, everything is reminiscent of the horror 80s to 90s genre. So I would give this set probably a 6.5 out of 10. It's not amazing, but it's kind of fun and kind of a novelty to have. Sorry everyone, if I seem a bit glitchy, it's because it's about 1 in the morning over here right now, and I'm still up doing this for you. That's dedication, right? So next we're going to talk about the next Friday the 13th movie that I have is the Killer Cut version with the slipcover. This one is actually out of print, and I didn't love this movie, but it wasn't too bad for a slasher movie, I guess. So I'm not really into it, but not a huge fan. Again, out of print though, so if you see it at a pawn shop, do pick it up. It probably will be worth a little bit in the future. I would probably give this a 6 out of 10. Next we have an amazing box set, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and it speaks for itself. I know everyone's seen Ghostbusters, so we won't talk about it much other than it's just a fabulous movie, fabulous movies, I should say. And very cool. This is what you get in the box set, basically a personal note from Ivan Reitman. You get couple pictures of the cast there, just a little bit going on. It's pretty cool stuff in there, guys. Just a lot of stuff to read. So get ready to read if you get this box set. Stay Puft is really cool. Yeah, it looks awesome. So it's a pretty nice box set, not bad. Again, Part 1 and 2 are right there. So cool. It's kind of like a digibook type of thing going on. I do like it. I would give this set an 8.5 out of 10. It was excellent. Next we have the Hunger Games complete 4-film collection. And I'll back this up a little bit so you can see it better. There you go. Okay, so let's talk about the Hunger Games a little bit. I loved the first one. I think the second one was really good too. Probably just about as good as the first one. But I was not into the third and fourth one as much. I didn't like Mockingjay Part 1 or 2 as much. Probably as a whole, I would give this set maybe a 7 out of 10. That's about what it deserves. It was fun and good to watch still, but just not my cup of tea on the third and fourth movie as much. But still pretty cool. That's what you get in the box set. the three fingers of justice right there. I won't go into detail about what I was thinking about that, but all right, so there you go. Hunger Games Complete 4-Film Collection. Check it out. I think I got this one at a pawn shop for like maybe $10 or something, but pretty cool. Next, we are looking at the Halloween series. This is the complete 10-disc collection of Halloween. You know, nothing spectacular, no steelbook, nothing like that. I just like to collect the regular box sets of these, but there you go at the bottom. And as we look at these, this is the movies that we get. Halloween 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Halloween, Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, Resurrection, the Rob Zombie Halloween, and the Rob Zombie Halloween 2. So pretty much the entire set there, guys. That's what you're going to get with this one, and it's pretty nice. I mean, it's presented well. I love the first Halloween. I thought it was excellent. Everything after that was just kind of went downhill again. There were a couple in throughout these that I did like, but I'm not a huge huge horror fan, to be honest, but I do like some of them. They're pretty fun. This is a Scream Factory release as well, so this one might be out of print actually at this point. I'm not sure, but let me know in the comments if you know, but I don't think it's out of print yet, this particular one. There is another one that definitely is, but since it's a Scream Factory, it may just be out of print. So, you know, if you happen to see this, which I did see this at a pawn shop as well, pretty much all my movies box sets I get at pawn shops. I think I might have paid a little bit more, like $15-20 for this one, but it's worth it. It's cool to have it in my collection. Again, as a whole, I would give this probably a 6.5 out of 10, maybe, just because I really only like the first one a lot. And it's a cool set, but again, you have to be a slasher fan or in a slasher connoisseur before you get something like that. Okay, next we have the Hangover trilogy. These ones are pretty funny. The first one's good, the second one's not quite as good, and the third one's probably my favorite. Yeah, that's pretty much what you get with these. They're kind of a over-the-top, risque mystery / comedy. That's what you're getting here. So there you go. That's what it'll look like on the inside. If I open it up, so pretty simple. Probably not missing anything there. So it gives you a retrospective as well as the movies. So that's pretty cool. It's an okay set. I don't love these movies, but they're fun. So I give this set probably a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk about Hellraiser, and Clive Barker is the man. I loved Hellraiser, but I've loved it ever since it's come out. I love the characters. The characters are probably where it's at for me, especially Chatterbox. He's awesome. I love Pinhead too, and I know nobody will agree with me on this one, but my favorite Hellraiser is Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. I think that was the best one. And of course, they don't release it on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD, but not on Blu-ray. So the best out of these two, these are actually both probably equally good. They're both great movies. If you like the horror genre, then this is definitely they pushed the envelope for their day for sure about you know, gore, and the special effects were practical, and it was cool. It was just a cool idea for a movie, and Clive Barker is awesome. Like I said, he's made a masterpiece of horror here. I think these ones are actually out of print, this particular set, so if you happen to see this one, do pick it up. It's definitely worth something at this time. Next, we're going to talk about the Hellraiser Bloodline, Inferno, Hellseeker, and Hellworld box set. This is an Echo Bridge release as well, so it is out of print for sure. So I don't love these movies, I'll be honest. It's a cool case and cool to have these, but I just don't like the movies much. I would probably give this a 4 out of 10 total. It's just not that good. The other one, the Hellraiser 1 and 2, were a lot better. I don't know if I graded that yet, but I think I'd probably give that a 7 out of 10 for those two, and like a 5 out of 10 for these at the most. So there you go, out of print. Check it out if you want it, if you like that stuff. We got Hostel 1 and 2. This is a double feature. The Quentin Tarantino's had a role in this one as well. So the first Hostel is really good. It's kind of a guilty pleasure if you ask me. The second one I wasn't into much. It wasn't very good. But the first one's definitely worth seeing if you like just, you know, lots of gore and just kind of a shocker film is what that is. You know, it's got a lot of everything in it, so it's definitely not for anyone. It's, you know, got a lot of sexual stuff, nudity, a lot of murder, a lot of blood, stuff like that. It's just it's not a movie I recommend for anyone unless you like that type of thing. Unless you want to see be shocked a bit when you see these movies. So I would give this as a whole probably a 6.5 out of 10. Next we have an amazing set. This is the Indiana Jones Complete Adventure. Fantastic, guys. This is the imported version, but that's what you get. Nothing too crazy. I don't like I don't like these cases, the imported cases, very much, but they are what they are. So what do you do? So this, as a whole, does include the full set, including Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which, in my opinion, is not an Indiana Jones movie. So out of these three, I would give this set probably an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. It was fantastic, minus this piece of crap right here. I hated this movie. I mean, I know some people didn't mind it, but I hated it. But I've heard some really bad things too. So not a lot of people loved it. And I think it was the worst, of course. It shouldn't even be in this box set, but it is. And I have it, so it is what it is. But there you go. Cool box set. I think this is going up in value, so if you happen to see it, grab it. It's definitely a good one to have. Next is Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, which is also out of print now. This is the MGM double feature. And I loved Jeepers Creepers 1. I thought it was done really well. It's by the Victor Salva, the guy who did Powder, which is a great movie. I don't have that in my collection because they don't have it on Blu-ray. They have it on DVD only, and so I'll probably pick that up. But he also did another movie I liked, and I can't remember the name of it right now. He did an old one called Clown House. He did Powder, and he did Jeepers Creepers. And there was one other one he did that was actually pretty good too. But lots of controversy over Victor Salva. He was, involved with, a child molestation case, so that's not always a good thing. But I did like Jeepers Creepers, thought it was done really well. Jeepers Creepers 2 was complete garbage. I didn't like it at all. But as a set, I would probably give this one a 6.5. It's still pretty decent, and it's out of print, so it's cool to have. Next is the Karate Kid 1 and 2, Collector's Edition. Now, this is really cool because I love the Karate Kid movies. Very cool to see these in Blu-ray format. So I was happy to get these and happy to own them in 1080p now. So that's what you get if you open it up. Doing the crane on the rock over there, and doing a good side kick right there. So it's pretty cool. Ralph Macchio, of course. It's Pat Morita, I think is his name. Good stuff, guys. Karate Kid 1 and 2. I would give this set probably a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good. Next we have Karate Kid Part 3 and the next Karate Kid, which is kind of the follow-up to the ones you just saw. Not a huge fan of these ones as much. I mean, yeah, they're both decent, but they're not great. I would recommend you get them if you have a chance, just because it's completing your collection for them, but not must-haves in your collection by any means. I would probably give this set about a 5.5 out of 10. And not amazing, like I said, but not too bad either. Just not really something that's essential for your collection. Next is the King of Horror collection with The Shining, Salem's Lot, It, and Cat's Eye. I loved It, I loved Cat's Eye, and I loved The Shining. Salem's Lot, I hated it. But maybe just because it was really boring to me or something. But this is, of course, a cool little collection of Stephen King films. I like Cat's Eye, and it's kind of rare. It's hard to find. So to have the set with it in it makes me happy. And it was a very out there movie. It was really strange, but actually it was really good. One of my favorites on this in this one, actually, right here. In fact, Cat's Eye is probably right up there with The Shining for me. And I know people won't agree with me on that, but I like The Shining. I just didn't love it. So there you go, the King of Horror collection right there. That one is probably, as a whole, I would give that a 6 out of 10. Pretty good. Next we have Leprechaun Complete Movie Collection with Warwick Davis playing every role of the Leprechaun here except for Origins. I don't think he's in that one. But there you go. As you can see, it's R all the way across the board. The first one's actually the most tame one, right there with not Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jennifer Aniston. And it was good. The first one's really good. The second one's okay. The third one's out there, but still good. And then after that, it went downhill pretty badly. So the first three are good, but these ones over here, kind of a waste of time. Yeah, definitely a waste of time, but pretty cool. I mean, Warwick Davis is in it. He's in Star Wars, and he's just kind of a cult following actor for me. I like the guy a lot. He's cool. I would give this set probably a 6 out of 10. It's not amazing, but it deserves a 6 out of 10 for sure. Next is the Leprechaun. Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Look at that. All four of them right there in one scrumptious 4-film favorite lot. And yeah, all these movies are fantastic. Mel Gibson does a great job. Danny Glover does a great job. And then you get some extras right here with Joe Pesci in Part 3 and 4 with Rene Russo. So that's cool to have them all together like that. Chris Rock's even in that one. So awesome, guys. Fantastic set. I would give this one probably an 8 out of 10. I really liked every movie here. Really, really done well. Next is the Matrix Ultimate Matrix Collection. I have that one, and it's really cool looking little front there. I wish that kind of moved up and down better, but it really doesn't, does it? Anyway, so what you get with this set is right here. Matrix 1, Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions, Animatrix, and the Matrix documentary, I believe is what that is, or making of, something like that. Yeah, there you go, right there, the Matrix Experience, that's what it is. But these were all decent. The Animatrix, not one of my favorite things, but not too bad either. It's the movies are better, but I think that was pretty cool too. The Matrix 1 is definitely my favorite. I would give this box set, it's a pretty fun little box set to pick up. I would give this probably an 8 out of 10. I really like the Matrix, guys. It just sticks with me for some reason. I've always, you know, when I think about the quintessential action movies / science fiction, these are the ones I go to and recommend for a lot of people. So moving on, we have Maze Runner, the trilogy. The first one's great, the rest of them are trash. So unfortunately, Scorched Trials and Death Cure are not very good at all. And the first one's really good. It's, you know, reminds me of Divergent type of movie, or just something along those lines. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome, guys. This is the actually got the 4K version of Maze Runner in here for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's cool. Picked this up at a pawn shop. I didn't even know I had that, so that's a bonus right there. That's freaking sweet. They got some cool artwork there for the Maze Runner Origins. Yeah, pretty cool stuff, guys. So little book in here, little comic book, looks like. Pretty awesome. Little cool stuff in this box set for sure. And like I said, the first movie's great, and the rest of them are trash. So I would give this as a whole probably a 6 because of those other two. That one up there is probably a 7, but those two are like a 6 or less for me, so I didn't really care for them. But there you go, Maze Runner trilogy. Next we have Mission Impossible, 5-movie collection with part 1, part 2, part 3, Ghost Protocol, and Rogue Nation. I think the only one this is missing is the newest one, which is Fallout. And I'm to be honest with you, it's my least favorite Mission Impossible movie anyway, so it's not a big deal. These are the best ones for sure to have in your collection. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. Let's open it up for you real quickly, show you what's in there. Just basically the discs in this one. You know, if these are missing the codes, it's because I've either used them already or they just weren't there when I got it at the pawn shops. So pretty cool set, guys. This one's actually better than usual. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. I thought this was a really cool set. Next we have Mortal Kombat 1, Annihilation, and then the Mortal Kombat Legacy. Triple feature. I think this might be going out of print soon if it hasn't already. But this is pretty cool. Mortal Kombat, the first one is good. Second one's not quite as good, but I hear they're re-releasing another one or doing another movie. So that should be interesting to see that. So I would give this one probably a 6 out of 10. It's not amazing, but it's pretty fun. Next is the Mummy Ultimate Collection with Brendan Fraser, and I love the first two Mummies movies. They're fantastic. Everything after that was not that good at all. Pretty cheesy. I don't like the rocks, and when he came into the Scorpion King, it just wasn't my style, wasn't my thing. I kind of like the white cases that some of these come with on the box sets, but if we open this up, this is what you get, just like that. Pretty cool. It's got a little bonus disc in there, so yeah, not too bad. I think I paid brand new for this. I think I paid like 20 bucks. It wasn't very much when I got it brand new, so I got it over at Walmart. And actually somebody bought it for me for a gift, but it was $20. That's what it cost. Pretty cool little box set. I would give this probably a 6.5 out of 10 because of the first two movies. The rest of them were pretty much trash and not worth really seeing. So there you go, Mummy. And next we have the Naked Gun trilogy. This is a great slapstick comedy with Leslie Nielsen with Naked Gun 1, 2.5, and 33 1/3. So that's some big jumps there, isn't it? Great movies, guys. Really funny slapstick stuff that you won't soon forget, I promise you. If you get this box set, it's definitely worth your time. I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Next is going to be the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, all 7 original films. Nightmare on Elm Street's always been a great horror set of films, and for the most part, I've liked this more than any of the Halloweens, any of the Friday the 13th, anything that's, you know, mainstream, Child's Play, anything like that. This is better than all of them. So if you like horror or want to get into horror, I would recommend maybe starting here, because this is kind of these are kind of the movies that get you into it, so that you'll want to see more. I think Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is still my favorite movie of all time in this series, right next to the Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which I won't tell you the premise of, but if you haven't seen New Nightmare, definitely watch it. It's a really cool idea and really done well with the acting. But as a set, as a whole here, I would probably give this set a 7.5 out of 10. It was fantastic. Sadly, we are down to our last stack of box sets, but we will get through these quickly, and I'll throw in a little added bonus of some extra stuff that I have not shown you yet. But let's go ahead and get started. This is the Ocean's 13 box set. As you can see, it has all three of the original 11, 12, and 13. And if we take this apart, it's just basically the movies. There's nothing really special about them, just the covers are the same, and they're just kind of in a special little cardboard box set here. So nothing amazingly special, but pretty decent movies. I liked Ocean's 11 and 13 the most. I did not like 12 that much, and I think that's most everybody's least favorite one. But really cool. What's his name? Al Pacino, I believe, is in Ocean's 13, and he does a good job in that one. I liked it. Pretty fun movies. Ocean's 11 is definitely the best of these three. But I would give this set as a whole probably a 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Next we have the Purge box set right here with the Purge, Anarchy, and then Election Year as well. This is the 3-movie collection. I mean, most of these guys I've gotten at pawn shops, so that's what you're seeing here is all pawn shop pickups. So yeah, cool that I found it. You know, it's kind of rare to find every now and then. Not a huge fan of the Purge. I like the first one a lot, but it's a cool idea, and it's kind of definitely a kind of a cruel and what's the word, crazy idea. It's just something that it's not something that you want to just like fill your mind with, but it's still entertaining enough, I guess. I do have the Purge, the first Purge, A Nation Reborn. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have not seen this one right here, so I don't know if it's good. I liked the first one, but that's about where it stopped for me. I think that as a whole, this trilogy is probably going to get about a 6 out of 10. Not amazing, but the first one's definitely like a 7, probably. It's pretty good. This one, like I said, I've never seen, so yeah, there you go. $6. I actually only paid 4 for it, but yeah, it's because I know peeps. Anyway, pretty cool, guys. It's all right. Not great, but okay. Next is something that is great. The Predator 4-movie collection. I loved Predator 1 and 2. I thought that those ones were really good. Predators and The Predator, not so much into, but I did like those first two quite a bit, especially the first one. It does come with the original cards from the movies here. And there's Predators right there, and then there's The Predator as well. So pretty cool artwork. That's my new suit, Bubba. And there's some bleeping right there. And there you go. Want some candy, yeah. Pretty cool little box set, guys. I did find this at a pawn shop as well. Like, probably 90% of the stuff I have here is from pawn shops, so maybe 80%. But pretty cool, guys. It's a cool little box set. Let's see what else we got in here. Some discs. Yep. There we are. So there you go. Predator it is. I would give this set probably a... That's a tough one. Very tough one for me. Probably a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good set. So next we have the Riddick set, which has the complete collection. This one, oh, everything's falling out on me, sorry. This one does have Pitch Black, and then the Chronicles of Riddick and Riddick Unrated Director's Cut. So pretty cool. I'm not sure why I have a case with no triple holder. I'm gonna have to upgrade that to something better. So yeah, these ones are pretty cool. I liked Pitch Black. I liked Riddick. I didn't like Chronicles of Riddick as much, but it was okay. So as a whole, I mean, this is probably maybe a 6 to a 6.5 on these ones. Not amazing, but it does have some unrated versions, which are pretty cool. So yeah, it deserves about a 6.5 on that side, I would say. Next we have RoboCop Trilogy. This set is really cool. I really like RoboCop. I've always liked it. Paul Verhoeven was amazing on RoboCop 1. He did an amazing job directing that. There you go. That's what you're getting right there. This is the director's cut of RoboCop. Director's cut is really where it's at of RoboCop, guys. It's brutal. It is pretty brutal, especially for the 80s. I haven't seen too many movies back then that were that brutal for the 80s, but it was. And you know, RoboCop's always a timeless classic action science fiction movie, and I loved it. Fantastic, really good. So I would give this one a 8 out of 10 total. Next we have the Saw Complete Collection, including all 7 unrated films. These are all the unrated versions, of course. Yep, so 7 films there. And not a rating to be found, is there? So, I don't think you need a rating for these to understand that they are completely insane when it comes to shocker type movies. You know, very, very, very violent, very, very gory types of movies. The first Saw is amazing. Saw 2 was pretty good. Saw 3 was okay too. But everything after that I didn't like. It started going downhill a bit. But okay, set still. It's a pretty fun one to have. I would give this probably a 6.5 out of 10 as a whole. Next we have Jigsaw. And I've seen part of this, but I have not seen it all, and I even have the 4K. I should probably watch this sometime soon. I don't think I liked it too much. That's probably why I didn't finish it. So I'm not going to give a score on it because I just don't know what it should be at. So kind of one of my up in the air ones. I'm not quite sure. I've seen parts of it, but not all of it yet. So moving on. Next, we do have the Spider-Man trilogy. This is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy. And everybody hates Spider-Man 3, and I don't really see it as much. I think that it was a very entertaining movie. I love the fact that Sandman was in it. I love the fact that he found the symbiote suit, or the symbiote suit found him. I loved it. I thought it was cool. Spider-Man 1 or 2 are better. I'll give you that. But Spider-Man 3 was definitely entertaining, and it was definitely worth your time. So I don't know. It's just the scene where he's dancing. I think that everybody can't stand it, but for me, it's not a big deal. It's really cool. The first one's my favorite. The second one's really good. The third one was good, but just not amazing. But still, I mean, this is a cool set, guys. This is a must-have in your collection. I believe Sam Raimi did this Spider-Man, so I like Sam Raimi a lot. He's a good guy. So cool beans. There you go, Spider-Man trilogy. I would give this set a 7.5 out of 10. It was great. Next, we have Star Trek. The Next Generation motion picture collection here, and I loved pretty much every movie here. The only one I didn't really like was Nemesis, and I didn't dislike it really, I just didn't love it. It was just okay. But all 4 films, we got Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis here. So I loved the Next Generation TV series. I think that they were the best Star Trek adaptation I've ever seen. And I loved it. I will always love it. I even own it. I'll show it to you in just a bit. But it's good stuff, guys. These movies are definitely a nice pickup. All of them are pretty dang good, I would say, for the most part. I would give this set probably a 7.5 out of 10. Next, we have the original Star Trek movies with the cool little 3D cover there on the front. This one doesn't contain parts 1 through 6 and are all the originals with William Shatner. So really cool, guys, to own this one for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's a really hefty, heavy set too, by the way. It's got a lot of weight to it. There's actually another slipcover thing that goes around this, but I just don't have it. I picked this up at a pawn shop, right? Where else would I get it? So I would give this set as a whole. Part 4 is definitely the best one, but there's some other good ones intertwined in there. I would probably give this set a 6.5 out of 10. I didn't love it, but it was good. And next we'll talk about the Superman collection. 5-film collection, that is. This is an import, but it has all the films there, starting from Superman 1, 2, 3, 4, which is kind of hard to find, and then the Superman Returns. And these are all, like I said, region-free. They are, there you go, there's some of the original artwork. These are really cool to have, and I'm really happy I have these, because these are my favorite Superman movies of all time. Other than Superman Returns, I did not like that one much. But the first 4 of Superman with Christopher Reeve are pretty good. 4 is the worst one, but these 3 are stellar. I loved them, especially 3. A lot of people hated 3, but I think it was one of the best ones. I love the comedy. I love Richard Pryor in it. Really cool set to have, guys, though. Definitely worth your time. If you get a chance to order this online, it's going up in price. I think it's going out of print, or has gone out of print, so get it as soon as possible. I did order it online for this one. I would give this set as a whole probably a 8 out of 10. It was really, really good. Next, I have the Superman the movie Richard Donner cut, which is Superman 2, and then Superman Returns again, as well as this one again. But I didn't have this version, so that's why I have this box set. And this was given to me by my grandmother. She gave it to me. It used to be my grandfather's, and she gave this to me because she knows I like Superman so much. And thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandpa. Rest in peace, Grandpa. You're the man. So great little set here. I would probably give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It's this one right here is bringing it down. It's higher, but not with this movie. So moving on, the Terminator collection, guys, the anthology, and that's a really cool looking box set, if you ask me. I really like this one a lot. So inside you're going to get the Terminator 1 and 2 and 3, and then the Salvation. So yeah, pretty nice box set. Let's take it out real quick if we can. I thought it came out of the bottom. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there we go. So pretty cool. There you go. There's the T-800 exoskeleton guy. And here's what we get if we open it up. It's kind of some simple looking artwork, nothing too crazy. That's what it's going to look like inside. I picked this up at a pawn shop, of course, for a little bit of nothing. I have buddies that hook me up, so I'm very happy I did. This is a cool set, a really good set. I don't like Salvation much. A lot of people did, but I didn't like it. But I did like the first three quite well. Of course, the second one is my favorite. It will always be my favorite. I just gave that one away to a lucky winner on our channel just recently. So, yep. I think he was under the username Ronan. So, Ronan, congratulations for winning Terminator 2. It is a good one. This is a cool box set, guys. I would give this probably a 7.5 out of 10. It was really good. Next, we have one of the sequels here that's not in that box set, Terminator Genesis. And I really liked this one, guys. It was kind of like a reboot of the first Terminator in a different reality type of thing. And I really appreciated and liked this one a lot, and a lot of people did not, but it was fun. I don't give it more than maybe a 6.5 out of 10, but it's worth your time. If you like the Terminator movies, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one. Next, we have the Dark Fate. And Dark Fate is a pretty good attempt at a new Terminator movie. So I did like it, and I do recommend it for most Terminator fans. I would probably give this one probably a 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Maybe even a little bit better than Genesis in some ways. But yeah, they're both definitely worth your time. And, you know, bringing back Linda Hamilton again was really cool to see on this one. So that's the full set of Terminator thus far, guys. Check this one out. I think you'll like it. Next, we're going to talk about my Tremors box set. This is the Tremors Steelbook Edition box set from Walmart. Take that off for now. There you go. Now you can see some of the artwork on the Steelbook version here. 6 movies in this one. Pretty cool. Pretty nice looking. Yeah, it's in good shape. I did buy this one from Walmart, not a pawn shop, for one of the first times in my life, right? So yeah, Tremors box set. The first one's good. The rest of them are just got worse and worse and worse as they went, pretty much. However, Tremors 5 wasn't too bad, but in Tremors 2 and 3 weren't extremely horrible. But man, those two were a waste of time. But yeah, too bad that they didn't make them a little bit better on the sequels, because this could have been a really cool franchise, and it still is, but it's just not on the level of amazingness by any means. As a full, I would probably give this set about a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we have an out-of-print title, Turtles 1 and 2 and 3, Turtles in Time. So yeah, out-of-print again, of course, like I said. Cool to have. You got to have Turtles in your collection. The original 80s Turtles movies were just done so uniquely, and they really came out of their shells, and it was an amazing set of movies. The first 2 were the best, of course. 3 is kind of a waste of time, but still a fun one to watch. Let's give this one about a 6.5 out of 10. Next, we're going to go over the Twilight movies. Now, I know a lot of you are going to wondering why I have these, but to be honest with you, completely honest with everyone here, I like the Twilight series. I think it was cool. I guess I got caught up in the what do you call it? I don't even know what the word is for it. It's so late. But there you go. Really cool artwork on the inside, guys. I got caught up in the hype. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know what's wrong with me lately, but there we go. Pretty cool artwork on the inside, guys. All the discs are right there. They're about to get frisky, looks like. So, yeah, Breaking Dawn. I hated that one. Breaking Dawn Part 2, though, was really good. I did like that one. Yeah, Breaking Dawn 1 is like the marriage one, and I was so not wanting to see that, what I saw in that movie. Anyway, but Twilight Forever box set has every single movie. I did like these movies quite a bit, so sue me, say bad things about me in the comments if you like, that's fine. But I would give this set probably a 7 out of 10. It was decent. It was a good love story vampire movie, and that's all you're getting here. That's what you go into it expecting, and that's what you come out with. So good attempt at entertainment there for the most part, I thought. Cool stuff. Next, we have the Underworld Ultimate Collection. All 5 films are here, guys. This is a Underworld Extended Cut, Evolution, Rise of the Lycans, Awakening, and Blood Wars. And very, very cool movies, guys. The first one is definitely my favorite one. The third one was really good, too. And then Awakening wasn't too bad. It was kind of a mixed bag on the Awakening for me. It was great in some parts and horrible in other parts. But and then Blood Wars was okay. It was decent. So yeah, as a whole, this was a pretty good set. I would give it, as a whole, a 7 out of 10. It was really entertaining, dark, and I like the vampire werewolf war thing going on between the two clans. Cool stuff, guys. Definitely worth your time if you get a chance to pick up that full set. Do it. And then the last movie in our system of movies here is Van Damme, set of 5 movie collections. It's the Hardcores, Universal Soldier: The Return, Maximum Risk, Second Command, and Double Team. Maximum Risk is why I bought this set. Maximum Risk is a really good movie. The other ones are not that good. If you just like cheesy action flicks that aren't great, then watch those. But Maximum Risk was actually really good. It has Natasha Hendridge from Species. And yeah, there's a scene in there that's great with her. But gosh, guys, Maximum Risk is where it's at here. And I didn't pay much for this. I think I paid like a few bucks. So can't complain. This was a pretty cool box set. Next, we're going to talk about a couple other things I have. Just briefly, we'll run through them and then we'll let you get going. So really quick here, guys, kind of as an extra for you, I'll go over some of my TV box sets that I have on Blu-ray. These are like some of my guilty pleasure TV shows that I just love. I mean, these are like all 9s or 10s for me for the most part. I just love this stuff. That's why I bought it on Blu-ray. So, of course, let's just, it doesn't matter what order we go in. So, South Park season 16 through 20. Guys, South Park is very crude and very crass, but definitely one of the funniest cartoons I've ever seen in my life. I love it, and their seasons 11 through 15 with Stan on the front there. Like I said, crass, crude, fantastic though, very funny. Very funny. I laugh my butt off every time I see him. Cartman with season 6 through 10 right here. This one hasn't been opened yet, but I have seen everything in there. And then, of course, this one has not been opened either, seasons 1 through 5. But I have seen everything there, and it's fabulous, guys. Seasons 1 through 5 are really, really good. The whole set's really good. It does go more seasons than that, but they just have not released them yet on Blu-ray. So next, let's talk about the Evil Dead, the Ash vs. Evil Dead series. This one is a really funny and gruesome, bloody series. So if you like, crazy humor with over-the-top blood, that's what you get here, and it's a lot of fun. Good stuff, guys. It's on Stars. It's a show that's on Stars. Season 2 is really good too. By the way, South Park, I'd probably give those like a 9 out of 10. I just love every show. Ash vs. Evil Dead, though, really fun stuff too. Again, over-the-top violence with just lots of things to offend the eye, for sure. Bruce Campbell comes back in this one, though, and he does such a great job in these short little TV skits that they do here. This is season 3 right here, the last season they did of this series thus far. I don't think they're going to do any more because it pretty much ended after this season here. Good season. As a whole, I would probably give this Ash vs. Evil Dead about an 8 out of 10. I thought that they were really good, really done well. Really fun. Definitely worth your time if you like gory stuff. So Avatar, the complete series. This is the Last Airbender complete series. Fantastic. Really well done. Done really, really well. Takes a little time to sticking with it for a while until it really kind of grows on you. But it definitely does, and it's worth your time, worth seeing. Really cool, guys. Check this out if you ever get a chance. I found this at a pawn shop as well, which was a very cool find to find that. It was like $7 or $8 too. It wasn't very much. So pretty cool. I'll probably give Avatar about a 7 out of 10. I like those a lot. Next we have, I have some more of these coming, but this is American Horror Story Season 1. I did like Season 1 pretty well. It was good, about the house, about the haunted house. It was awesome. But my favorite one is American Horror Story Coven. It's right here, about the witches, and cast perfectly. I loved Angela Bassett and oh boy, what's her name? Kathy Bates. Fantastic. Even she did an amazing job. Jessica Lange. And this is one of the ones here that left an impression on me. Of all American Horror Stories I've seen, Coven is definitely my favorite one. I don't know if it's because it's about witches or what, but it definitely had the best acting, the best all-around story, and it was very engaging. I definitely like this one. And I do have the season 8 coming out, that came out recently, called Apocalypse, which is, I don't know, I better not say anything because I might spoil this, but I'm not going to say anything, but Apocalypse was actually probably my second or third favorite season so far. So if you get a chance to get any of these, get Coven first. If you like that, then get season 8, and you'll like that one too, I promise you. Season 1, like I said, it's really good as well, but I recommend season 3 and 8 the most out of these ones. Next, I have the Breaking Bad series, complete series on Blu-ray here. and this is arguably my favorite series of all time on television. I think that this is probably my favorite one. So many good memories of this box set, and watching this. I've watched this at least 2 or 3 times now, straight all the way through. Fantastic, guys. 10 out of 10. I love this show. Best, one of the best shows on television by far. Next, I have another one here that you have not seen. Right here is the Star Trek Next Generation full journey box set that I have in Blu-ray. It is an import, but it has a ton of different language options, and it's really cool, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, that's what it's going to look like. Opening this thing up, man, there is disc after disc after disc. There were a lot of episodes in the Next Generation, so this is the entire set, guys. There you go. Look how thick that sucker is. Pretty cool, guys. So if you like the Next Generation, this is a cool box set to have. It's probably gone up in price now. I think I paid $50 for it brand new when I got it. I'm not sure if it's more now or not. I think it is. So just, you know, good luck finding it if you have a chance. There's the board ship. That's so cool. Has little things in there you can read about each season. So it's pretty cool, guys. It's definitely worth your time. If you're a Star Trek Next Generation fan whatsoever, I highly recommend you pick it up on Blu-ray. The only problem is it keeps it in the aspect ratio of the television, which I guess that's how they shot it anyway. It's not widescreen, but it's still very cool box set. One of my favorite box sets I have right now, just because it's kind of rare, hard to get. Next is, the last one is the Dexter Complete Series. This comes in a very large box, as you can see, with a little bloody fingerprint here. But if we were to take this out, it's a blood slide. It's his blood slide box. So I'll briefly take it out for you and show it to you. It's one of those things that's not the easiest to get out of the box, so I apologize. One moment. You got to see this. I mean, I was going to just leave it at that, but I think I'm going to show it to you. So, as you can see, the side of it there is it's like a side of his blood slide container that he uses in the show. Let me get this box out of the way. Sorry, just one sec. There we go. Okay, and if we turn it around, there's your latch. If we open it up, you're not going to be able to see this, but it has all the seasons in there, as you can see. And if you pull them out, there's like little blood, looks like little blood things on there before you get to the disc part. Pretty cool, guys. All Blu-ray, of course. All awesome. I recommend this box set to anyone. It's a cool looking box set. If you love Dexter, then definitely pick this up. It's worth your time and money. These probably go for about 60 to 70 bucks now, I would imagine, but definitely cool and worth your time. It does come with a big graphics Art of Dexter graphics book as well. Really cool. Let me show you some of this. This stuff in here is really actually pretty neat artwork. So yeah, there he is on the magazine covers. So cool, guys. Just really well done. A lot of cool stuff in here. Just a lot of cool artwork. There's the baby. Pretty sweet, guys, right? If you're a fan of Dexter, this box set it's a must-have for you. And I am. Dexter is probably about a 8.5 to 9 out of 10 for me. I love the seasons. I would say that it's probably the seasons 1 through 2 are definitely 9s, and season 4 is a perfect 10. I loved season 4 of this show. But I just kind of wanted to run through these pictures and show you real quick. I know I've taken a lot of your time, guys, so I do appreciate you sticking with me here. Next, I will show you my either my Disney or my DC or Marvel. I do have the animated DC movies as well. So stick around, and we'll show you those eventually as well, and you're gonna love it. Guys, I'm probably going to do a giveaway here real soon too, so stay tuned for the next giveaway I do for you, and I promise to get you something that's decent, maybe you don't have in your collection yet. So there you go. Really cool stuff, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I appreciate you all for doing that and giving me your time. Again, I will give you more of my time later, and I promise to do that, so we'll see you again soon. Peace out.